Now that the Emergency Operations Center is open, we are tracking the path of the winter storm bearing down on the area. We will have representatives from city agencies here throughout the night, morning conditions, to help direct operational decisions. There's no change in the forecast from the National Weather Service. The forecast remains the same in terms of when the brunt of the storm arrives and the dangerous weather conditions are expected to accompany the storm. The worst snowfall should arrive between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. During this time, snowfall is expected to be in the range 3 to 4 inches per hour. Winds are expected to increase to 40 to 50 miles per hour inland and 50 to 60 miles near the lake. In addition, lake effect snow will start Wednesday morning and may add up to an additional 6 inches of snow. Total accumulation in the city is expected as much as 1 to 2 feet. If you absolutely must drive, please slow down and yield to emergency vehicles, including police vehicles, fire trucks, ambulances, and snow plows. We ask that you be patient and check on the well-being of relatives, friends, and neighbors, especially the elderly. If you can't check on them yourself, then please call 311. Requests of well-being check will be done. As of 2 p.m., we have received 38 calls for no heat, 18 calls for shelter at the 311 center. We ask that you sign up for extreme weather alerts by going to our website, www.alertchicago.com. You can also find valuable information when you and your family can use to help you make better decisions during extreme weather. I'd like to introduce Richard M. Daley.
Thank you. First of all, this is not just one meeting. We've had several meetings since Saturday at OEMC, both with agencies, both our city agencies and sister agencies in the state, and also the federal government, Homeland Security, and others that have been talking to us in regards to the situation here, as well as BOMA, private sectors, hospitals, universities throughout the city, informing them of the condition. As you all know, the National Weather Service has issued a blizzard warning for our area, which remains in effect until 3 p.m. tomorrow or more. We are joined today by commissioners, department heads, and sister agencies, and as well as the private sector, which we have been involved, agencies most critically involved in communicating what we are doing as a city over the next 24 hours or more, help Chicagoans address the severe weather conditions. As we are reported, we may be potentially dealing with a storm of a historic magnitude, and that's why Homeland Security has not only worked with the City of Chicago, but throughout the whole area, not only here, but the whole area and other states as well. Homeland Security has made this a priority, the likes of which we have not seen in decades. This means very large amount of snow falling very quickly in waves and extremely strong winds, especially near the lakefront. We want to make it clear that our first priority is always public safety. We need to ensure that our major streets are clear, that emergency vehicles can get through. We ask all of our residents to please be patient during the snow clearing operation, to drive with extra caution, especially on our side streets until we are able to get to them. We urge citizens to exercise common sense during the storm. Whether you're commuting to work or shoveling snow, please be very, very careful. The safety and security of our students is also a top concern this weather, and that's why school will be canceled for students. Chicago Public Schools, Chicago City Colleges. Terry Mazzini and Cheryl Hyman will speak to that in more detail in just a few minutes. We urge everyone to reach out to friends, relatives, and neighbors to make sure they are safe and comfortable. I ask all your neighbors, everyone, to do that in the city. We also have a responsibility to help each other during severe weather. If you are concerned about someone and not able to contact yourself, please call 311. Request a well-being check, please. We want to ensure that everyone, that the city is doing everything we can to respond to this storm, and we are as prepared as we can for a storm of this size and scope, which we've never seen before. Our city departments will continue to provide regular updates like this throughout the storm at this location. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up Tom Byrne, Commissioner of Streets Sanitation.
We've had 174 trucks out, but we have now increased them to 274. We plan on using as many as 400 trucks to maintain our arterial routes and Lakeshore Drive during the course of the blizzard. This includes our full fleet of 274 trucks and 100 trucks, garbage trucks with quick hitch plows. Even with all of these trucks, Snow that falls at predicted rate will quickly cover the pavement and slow traffic. So our trucks will be out there doing the best job they can, but realize that in these types of conditions, traffic will slow and visibility will be limited, especially during rush hour. Motorists need to drive with extreme caution. They should also be sure not to park on arterial streets that are marked with snow route systems. The restrictions on parking after 2 inches of snow has fallen will be in effect. Keeping these routes open will allow us to clear the whole route more quickly and maintain public safety. We will be receiving assistance Wednesday morning from the Departments of Water and Transportation. Laborers will work with our crews to dig out critical areas in our wards, including main intersections and fire hydrants. We will also be asking for the help of residents to help us clear snow from their piles and pile it in our parkways. Snow should never be pushed into the street. Residents can also assist us by making sure that their garbage carts are kept clear for snow garbage collection in the next few days. The next few days could be challenging, and we welcome any assistance the public can lend to us. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up Terry Mazzani, CEO of Chicago Public Schools.
The Chicago Public Schools has been carefully monitoring the weather conditions, and we've been meeting internally on an hourly basis to review our plans for the snow emergency. And as stated yesterday, our decisions are guided to ensure safety and security of all of our students. Earlier today, the district canceled all after-school programming, including elementary and high school, sports, driver's education, extended day preschool, and Park District CPS programs. Our facilities and operations teams are working on their plans to ensure that our buildings are cleared of snow and ice, bus staging areas are cleared, and snow removal equipment is adequately stocked at all schools. We are being proactive as possible, seriously considering the implications of these decisions, the impact that they have on families, students, and our staff. As we stated, that safety would guide our decisions on school closing, and at this time, as the mayor indicated, based on the anticipation of very severe and dangerous weather conditions that could be harmful to students in their commute and their routine school day, we cannot compromise and risk their safety. Therefore, we decided to cancel school for tomorrow. All central office employees, principals, assistant principals, lunchroom managers, engineers, custodians, and security personnel are requested to report to school. Teachers, paraprofessionals, and other school staff will be excused. All administrative personnel working in the area offices will also be requested to report to work. I want to thank in advance all of our staff for the hard work that they've been doing to respond to these conditions, and I have no doubt that they'll continue to do their best to ensure safety and well-being of our students in the days to come. I want to advise parents and guardians to continue to monitor weather conditions after tomorrow, because weather conditions will have an impact on transportation in the days to come. We have also assigned a CPS staff member to be stationed at the Joint Operations Center to provide real-time information to the Student Safety Center from the Office of Emergency Management. We continue to update our CPS Snow Center information at our website, www.cps.edu, and that information is available in real time to help guide parents.
I'd like to bring up Cheryl Hyman, Chancellor of City Colleges of Chicago.
This morning, the City Colleges of Chicago notified all faculty, staff, and students that we would be canceling all classes and events and closing all facilities at 2 p.m. today in order to give everyone time to get home safely before the storm sets in. We also proactively canceled all classes and events for all day Wednesday based on what we know about this storm and hope to resume normal schedules on Thursday morning. We will keep essential personnel at our facilities, which include security and engineering staff. City Colleges also has 5 daycare centers. Those facilities will be staffed today until every child has been picked up regardless of the time. The daycare centers are located at Malcolm X, Daley, Truman, Olive Harvey, and Kennedy King College. We are confident that we have gotten the word out to all of our people by using a number of means available to us. In addition to our internal emergency contact mechanisms, we also are getting the word out through our TV station, WYCC, our radio station, WKKC, as well as many social media outlets. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up Rich Rodriguez, President of Chicago Transit Authority.
Good afternoon. We're beginning to see heavier than normal ridership now as people leave work in advance of the storm. Customers, again, should anticipate crowded buses and trains, and as inclement weather often brings more travelers to our system. We've prepared for this afternoon. Our staff is on alert and will be deployed as necessary. We've been operating longer trains throughout the day to accommodate riders who decided to leave work early. And normally, after rush hour, CTA typically reduces the number of rail cars on the system. We have not done that this time around. CTA trains have snow plow blades attached on the front of all rail cars to clear snow away from the running rail as trains move along the track. Sleep fighters are already out on the system with de-icer to help keep the rails from ice building up on such. Additional sleet trains will operate overnight on the green, orange, brown, pink, purple, and yellow lines because they don't run 24 hours a day. Again, these lines will continue running even though stations will normally close at their times, but the trains will continue to operate. CTA staff are on duty at all rail yards to clear switches of snow and ice buildup, and at substations to clear the snow out for emergency access. Rail switch heaters throughout the rail systems have been activated to help reduce ice buildup. CTA has 4 diesel-powered snow fighter locomotives with a snow blower at one end and a rotating broom on the other, designed to clear rail yards and tracks off of snow and ice. We also have teams out at all of our rail terminals to clear snow at the stations and to keep our platforms clean. CTA Snow Command team is out in force to make sure that buses and rail cars can get in and out of garages and yards. In addition, crews will salt bus terminals, turnarounds, garages, and our park and ride lots. Although trains have dedicated tracks, CTA buses have to share the same roadways as other vehicles, and as mentioned by Commissioner Byrne, are subject to the same traveling conditions as are any other vehicles. Customers traveling by bus should allow extra travel time, and please watch their steps as they enter and exit vehicles. Additional information is available at transitchicago.com. Thank you very much.
I'd like to bring up Mary Ellen Karen, Commissioner, Chicago Department of Family and Support Services.
Good afternoon. Thank you also for helping us get the word out. I'm going to talk about 3 things: the warming centers and the service centers. I'm going to talk about homeless outreach and also about seniors, and those are the groups that we're very concerned about. So the city's 6 warming centers located within the community service centers will be available to provide emergency, temporary shelter, and supportive services for the most vulnerable citizens. In addition, the Garfield Center is open 24 hours beginning now, and we're going to add 2 24-hour centers, North Area and King Center, beginning tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. through Thursday at 5 p.m. All other centers will be open during regular hours of operation. We're working closely with the Chicago Police Department, the Chicago Park District, and the Chicago Public Library to ensure there are plenty of places where citizens can go to find relief from the snow and cold temperatures. The second area is homeless outreach. We work with to assist homeless residents and connect them to shelter. So our teams are out right now trying to get everyone inside tonight. Again, there are 4,000 beds in the city of Chicago, and we do not want anyone to go without a bed, particularly on a night like tonight. We have places available. Additionally, our overnight shelters are going to keep people 24 hours for the next 2 days so that there's no reason for anyone to go outside. Now, if we talk about the seniors, for those who have health problems or disabilities, this can be a very risky time for them. So we're asking them to stay indoors. The Mayor's Office of People with Disabilities, Commissioner Tamley, and PACE encourage riders only to take trips if it's absolutely necessary. Service will likely run extremely slow and pickups may be late. If you have a subscription, please call your carrier to cancel. So that's one big issue about the people with disabilities and the seniors. We also want to remind you that the senior centers are closed tomorrow and the nutritional sites are closed. So we're advising seniors to call anywhere that they're supposed to go tomorrow to find out if it's opened or not. We typically will have the Golden Diners meals back on Thursday or Friday for most of our citizens, and we'll continue to update you throughout the storm. As always, we urge everyone to check on their relatives. We also urge them to check on some senior that they may know, even if they don't live close to them. And if they live in other parts of the country and they know a senior here, call 311 and we will go check on them. So there's anybody that you need to be checked on, please call 311. Thank you.
Dr. Brashash Shukir, Commissioner, Chicago Department of Public Health.
Thank you, Jose. As this winter storm approaches Chicago, it's important to remember that preparation is the best way to keep ourselves and loved ones safe from the dangers of cold weather. Here are a simple few things you can do. Avoid making unnecessary trips outside. If you go out into the cold, limit the time that you're outside, and do not let children stay outside for long periods of time. Wear several layers of warm clothing and pay special attention to keeping your hands, ears, head and feet warm. Stay dry because moisture from perspiration or from melting snow can damage the insulating effectiveness of clothes. Pay extra attention to your body's daily needs. Drink warm beverages and soup to help your body stay warm. Avoid alcoholic beverages, which can impair your judgment. Alcohol also dilates blood vessels, which makes the body lose heat faster. Exercise caution when shoveling snow. Avoid shoveling snow if you have a history of heart trouble, unless your doctor says it's okay to do so. If possible, push snow in front of you. Use a small shovel to avoid carrying heavy loads of snow. And if you have to lift it, pick up small amounts and lift with your legs, not with your back. Don't drink alcohol before or while shoveling snow, and never obviously smoke while shoveling. Use rock salt or de-icing compounds to remove ice from steps, walkways, and sidewalks. Sand placed on walkways may also help prevent slipping. Also, check regularly on the well-being of friends, relatives, and neighbors who live alone or who are elderly or have a disability. And finally, please remember to prepare for the coming weather by ensuring that you have adequate and appropriate supplies at home and at work. And throughout the duration of the snowstorm, the Chicago Department of Public Health will ensure coordination with city hospitals as necessary. CDPH will use our Health Alert Network to provide informational updates to hospitals and medical providers, and we will also monitor any surges in emergency room visits due to the weather conditions. Thank you.
On behalf of Rosemarie Andalino, Commissioner of Aviation, currently airlines at O'Hare are reporting delays of 30 minutes or more and have canceled over 1,300 flights today to minimize delays and stranded passengers. Over the next few hours, most of the airlines will stop operating flights at O'Hare for the remainder of the evening. However, 3 additional international flights are scheduled to arrive at O'Hare this evening. At Midway, airlines have canceled operations for the remainder of today and are expected to begin operating again tomorrow afternoon. Most of the airlines at O'Hare have indicated they will have limited or no operations tomorrow. However, despite canceled flights, both O'Hare and Midway remain open. Travelers who had originally scheduled flights from, to, or connecting through Chicago's airports this evening or tomorrow are strongly encouraged to check their airline's website or call them to confirm the status of their flight. Passengers should check this information before heading to the airport.